Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now I have just done a reading on the relationship between the British public and the royal family. That's reading 201 in the Royals playlist on the channel. And it was quite an interesting reading, quite a bleak reading. It was prompted by comments that I've been reading on this channel from a lot of you saying that you're very disappointed in the royal family. You feel really betrayed by them. You're wondering how much longer you can actually support them. And so it was quite a harsh reading for the royal family. And I deliberately separated the royal family. I did that reading looking at specifically Prince Charles and the Queen together as representing the royal family. But now I want to do the same reading. It's a Celtic cross. And I want to do it looking at the public's relationship with Prince William. He, of course, is a king in waiting as well. He is going to inherit this whole mess. I suspect sooner rather than later. I actually feel that quite powerfully, and it's one day going to be his mess, and it looks as if he is being sent out. He is now, they're talking about the Cambridges as the bridge between the royal family and the younger generation. The Cambridges are ever more prominent in the royal family, doing a lot of really successful work. They do seem to be more in sync with the public, and have more idea of how the public feels about things, more idea of how to handle the public and relate to the public. And of course I think that is due partly to Prince William's upbringing with Princess Diana, who was very good at sensing the pulse of the public, and of course by the fact that Prince William is married to a lovely girl, Catherine, and she was brought up in a very sensible family, and I think that they certainly have a very clear grasp of what is going on with public sentiment. I'm sure that the Middletons are very, very aware and very in tune with what is going on with the general public, and I'm sure that William is listening to them. So let's see. I am using today for this reading the Santa Muerte Tarot, which is very shiny. I know it's difficult for you to read. Let's see if I can get a better shot of it for you. Sorry, I know that's irritating. Santa Muerte Tarot. Haven't read with it for a while, but it called out to me as I was looking at all my tarot decks and said, "Yeah, we want to come out and play for this reading." It's an endings tarot deck, and I don't think endings with the public and Prince William. I think endings of other relationships in Prince William's life. No prize for guessing which relationship. So Celtic cross coming out from Prince William's point of view, his relationship with the great British public right now, and his awareness of the public disappointment, the public sentiment right now, and with the British royal family's handling of the whole Harry and Meghan mess. Oh, I forgot to look at the bottom of the deck. Do we get the Empress in reverse as the underlying energy of this card, of this reading, sorry. Empress in reverse, there she is. Empress is of course the Queen, and she's in reverse. With this, I don't think this is Meghan Markle. I don't think this is anyone but the Queen herself in reverse, that she's losing her power, she's losing her authority. She is weakened by this whole thing, I think. I think that's literally what this card means. And Prince William is very aware of it. He's aware that this doesn't reflect well on the Queen. She is really, in my opinion, and this is no criticism of her, she is 95-year-old, just doesn't have the social media awareness, doesn't have the energy, however much energy she does have for her age. She just doesn't have what it takes to deal with this, and that is what this card is telling me, and that I think is why the Cambridges are now being wheeled out so much and to such good effect. No question about that. They're doing a brilliant job at the moment. They really are. They really have upped their game in the past 18 months or so since the lockdown. So let's see the heart of the matter from Prince William's point of view, and that is the Four of Wands, and that is a very encouraging card compared with the reading that I have just done on the Queen and Prince Charles and the public, because it is about stability. It is about that foundation the Four of Wands. It's always about foundations. It's about the family, it's about the home, it's about structures that are solid, that are stable, that are celebrated. It's a card of celebration. It's a wedding card. It's a card of relationship as well as about home. And for many people, the royal family is home. It is something that they can count on when their own lives are a mess. They can go and look at the royal family, and there they are, and out they all come, stand on the balcony, wave. They have births, they have deaths, they have things going on in their lives, but it's at a meta level, it's at a comforting level, a high level of kind of meaning and significance. And I think it's very important for people to have that symbolism in their lives and continuity in their lives, particularly in this day and age. I wouldn't have said that several decades ago when I was younger and more sort of rebellious in my thought processes, but I have come to appreciate the value of things like the British monarchy very much. So, challenge as Prince William sees it right now. What is going on? Queen of Cups, and that is winning people's hearts. Quite simply, that he needs to really win them over, win their affection, win their loyalty, win their trust. And I think that possibly he's aware, I'm sure he's aware, not possibly, but of course this is my opinion, tarot reading, just for entertainment purposes. I'm sure he's very aware that there was a time that Prince Harry had all the love, all the affection. He was the prodigal son everyone forgave, everyone adored. The scrappy little boy who was always in trouble, and every mum's heart went out to him because of course he was so young, he was so frail, so fragile, so wounded. You could see it at that awful funeral and afterwards in his troubles. And of course everybody in their lives, well, every mum certainly in their life has had a problem somewhere along the line, and we all know. And so William knows, and of course it's of course the Princess Diana card as well. It's almost as if trying to turn the weather vane to point towards himself, and almost wrestle it away. It's not such a violent energy, but it's kind of a magnetic energy that I'm getting off this card, of pointing that weather vane towards him and his family and away from Harry, turning people's affections towards himself, and that is his challenge. And I don't mean that at all negatively. It's an energetic thing. As I say, it's a magnetic attraction thing. He needs to win people over. He is winning people over, as far as I can tell, in his comments, newspapers, on social media, all over the place, wherever I go. People seem to be turning more and more towards William and Catherine, but that is his challenge. It's not difficult. These are not difficult cards at all. What's going on behind the scenes right now for Prince William? Hidden energy, justice. That's a very reassuring card again, even though it doesn't look reassuring in this depiction of it in the Santa Muerte Tarot, but it's about fairness. It's about doing the right thing. It's about karma. It's about balance, restoring balance, getting things back in order. And there has been terrible disorder in the royal family recently, and not just with Harry and Meghan. Of course, there is ongoing disorder with the Duke of York and his drama. We won't go there because it's not something I like reading on, and seemingly you don't like watching those readings either, so I completely understand. I'm not going to go there. But he's very aware of the need for justice, of people's desire for justice, the disappointment in the court case, the disappointment in the handling of certain situations with the royal family, possibly the bullying allegation is in there. He knows. Behind the scenes, I think he's very involved, and this is very reassuring so far for all of you who are losing faith in the royal family. That Prince William is very aware that there needs to be some kind of retribution almost, some kind of righting of the wrongs before the public will trust again and before the public will give their hearts again to the royal family. And it is a love relationship. It is a relationship of trust and deep affection that you can see with this Queen of Cups. So his focus right now, that's the underlying energy of his own self. His focus is the Magician. And that's a very interesting card. We're getting big cards here in this reading. We've had the Empress in reverse, we've got the Justice card, and now we get the Magician. And that he knows he's got to pull this one out of the hat. He's got to manifest this. He's got to make it happen. He himself is a magician has always slightly negative connotations, but it's the manifester, the person who makes it possible, the person who pulls it out of thin air and produces it for you. A lot of thought going into it with the magician, a lot of consultation with people. How do we deliver this? The spectacle for people, almost. That's the word. That's the thing that I'm looking for with this, because they are putting on a show. They are putting on a spectacle. He's almost the producer of this. What do the public want? What do they want to see? What do they need? What do they want from us? That beautiful Christmas card, for instance, that they've just released, the Cambridge family. Fabulous Christmas card. Gets better and better every year. He's getting better and better at producing things, images, shows, ideas, concepts, surprises that the public will support, that meets the needs of the public. So what's happened in the recent past for Prince William and the public and the world? And the world is an ending card, a successful ending card, but it's not really how I read this card now. I do kind of get I want to say that's the Meghan Markle vibe from that figure on the world, on the globe. Almost the idea of the Harkles going off to conquer the world from this world card, the finding freedom. Off they go, and off she goes in her wedding dress. The wedding has, of course, come up numerous times in the recent past. A secret wedding. There was talk of the Harkles actually releasing the wedding with their own commentary and unseen footage and stuff like that. Hopefully they were told that nobody wants to see that. A lot of people are waiting for the divorce before they watch that footage, actually. But there is a Meghan Markle vibe to this, and finding freedom vibe to it. Leaving, going public, trying to conquer the world. Meghan and Harry. And I have just done a reading on whether they will be doing a grand tour, and it does look like they will be. And but it also is quite a Catherine figure, and Catherine coming to the fore, coming to prominence now in this battle, really, this battle for public affection. As I see this, as I read this Queen of Cups thing here, that Catherine has taken centre stage in what Prince William is rolling out for our delectation. So what's going to be coming up in the near future? What's going to be going on with Prince William and the public? King of Pentacles in reverse. And it is not the best energy for the future, but the King of Pentacles is an earth sign man. And I don't get this as William's energy at all. I get this as Harry's energy, quite honestly, in the reverse. I figure that Prince Harry is at some level going to be coming unstuck with something because of the way Prince William is handling the situation. That whether he runs out of cash, he's in trouble somehow. The King of Pentacles in reverse, pretty grumpy, bad-tempered, bad leader, bad boss, bad planner, bad manager. When he's in the upright, he's wonderful. He is somebody you can count on, you can rely on. He fixes all the wrongs in the world, but when he's in the reverse, he doesn't live up to his billing at all. He's a disappointment, and I don't think that this is Prince William energy at all. I think this is Prince Harry energy, and there is going to be some dent in that image of Prince Harry. There are really plenty of dents as far as I can tell, but it might be more public, more people notice because of the way that Prince William and Catherine are managing themselves and presenting themselves. So let's see, the seventh card of this reading. Is Prince William aware of the public sentiment? How much does it matter to him? More to the point with this card. And we get the Devil in reverse. Oh, he is. He really is. It's toxic energy, a very toxic relationship. The Devil is always about that. It's about lies. It's about materialism. It's about all the things, in my opinion, that the Harkles represent greed, the pursuit of material wealth at the expense of their souls, their mortal souls. This is just my opinion. This is purely my opinion, and what I say is all allegedly how they are living their lives. Chasing money, lots of lies, lots of substance abuse, all again allegedly with the Harkles. That's what the Devil card represents. It also represents quite a toxic sexual relationship, and I think we all think that that's what's going on behind the scenes with the Harkles as well. And Prince William knows this. He knows that this is how the public sees the situation, and he's very aware that the public is sick of it and want it to be over, because the card is in the reverse. The public wants this toxic relationship broken, ended. And he's a very aware major arcana, lots of major arcana in this reading. He is extremely aware of it. For the Queen and Prince Charles, I got a minor arcana, really not interested in hearing what the public has to say about the Harkles. Prince William knows, and he knows it's very bad. There isn't a worse card. If you're looking at a card for how you feel about someone, what you think of someone, the Devil is the absolute worst card that you can get. He is very aware. The public is very disappointed with the royal family and the way that they are handling the Harkles, and how toxic the Harkle situation is for the royal family. The public wants it to be over. That's this card, a very powerful card, very important card. So what is he intending to do about it, or what is he doing about it? And that is the Ace of Swords in reverse. And that's a good card, because instead of being stuck, feeling trapped, feeling fearful, and I think that energy in the upright, the Ace of Swords, is the energy that possibly the Queen and Prince Charles are stuck in. They're very afraid of making any moves, because they're afraid of being called racists or ignoring suicide or whatever else. They're afraid of. Prince William is not afraid. He doesn't care. They must bring it to the Harkles, must bring it, and Prince William will fight back. He's already said that. He's already lawyered up. He's already told them he will fight fire with fire. He's going to free himself from this trap that the royals have got themselves into. And he is very determined to free himself from this trap with the Ace of Swords in reverse. He is not afraid, and he is going to do his damnedest to liberate himself from this mess and no longer have it around his neck, weighing him down and stopping him from acting in the way that he wants to act and being the person that he wants to be. Very encouraging energy in this reading so far. His hopes and fears, Prince William's hopes and fears right now. And this is I always read these cards upside down, the wrong way around, these numbers. This is the Six of Cups in reverse. So what he does to fear, and unfortunately I think it's absolutely true for Prince William, he fears that the past is lost, is gone, because the Six of Cups is about your past, your childhood, your happy memories. We're talking about the public, really. And but the Harry energy has, of course, crept in with this King of Pentacles here. So many levels that this card can be read on. He is afraid that his childhood memories, his very happy relationship with his brother is gone, is lost forever, and will never be the same again. Because of the actions that he's having to take to restore the public's faith in the royal family. But there is also this fear that the public is losing faith in the royals and no longer sees the royals with those rose-tinted glasses. The royals were always part of people's lives. Every person's memory is marked with events, royal-related events, Di's wedding, Princess Di, her death. That's not a good thing, but coronation, all kinds of ceremonies, all kinds of landmark events with the royals that are kind of markers in time and space for people in their own lives. And I'm sure lots of people say, oh, my grandchild was born on the same day as Prince George was born, that kind of thing. There is that connection with the royal family. And, I have it myself. My mother's birthday was the same as the Queen's, different year, but same day. And so I always think when it's my mother's birthday, I always think of the Queen. And I'm sure it's the same for all of you. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say about that. But he's concerned that the royal family is losing that connection with people. He is losing his connection with his brother, and the royal family is losing its connection with the people, that deep, deep connection that comes from memory, that comes from roots, that comes from family. And so the outcome Prince William and the public. That's a lovely card and a very reassuring card. It's a happy card, it's a friendly card, it's a celebratory card. It tells me that Prince William is going to be successful, that in bringing the public around to his side, winning their hearts, its cups, its hearts, its emotions, its celebration, its friendliness, that the public is really going to be with the Cambridges going forward, celebrating life events with them, joining with them. And it has this energy of, for me, the Cambridges going out and about, being seen in public, attending events, and the public enjoying it, public liking how accessible they are, how approachable they are. Yes, you can sit and feel comfortable with them. They relate to people at an emotional level. They hear people, they listen to people, they feel their emotions, they connect with people. Very clear, came across very clearly in his podcast that he did for Apple recently. It was very, very successful. It was very intimate. It was very revealing. It was very honest. And it was very mature and wise, and it was completely the opposite to anything that the Harkles have put out, and I'll read about on that in the future. But it looks to me like the public are going to connect with the Cambridges, going to connect with Prince William, and that relationship is going to be rebuilt. It's not major arcana, it's not a big deal, but it's reassuring. This is a very reassuring reading for those of you who are concerned, and it's a very honest reading. I didn't fiddle the cards. I haven't read the cards in any way that they shouldn't be read. And so I hope that you feel better having heard this reading, watched this reading. And thank you as ever for joining me on my channel. And I hope to see you on the next reading.